boys and girls, welcome back to the Steak and Brush. Today I'm going to do a foundation review on the Believe Beauty, let's see if it has a specific, Skin Finish Foundation. This popped up on quite a few favorites lists from 2019 as a drugstore option on their list, and I've been hearing a lot about it. People say it's a lot like the Flower Beauty Foundation, which I have not tried, but I thought, you know, it's $5. There are a bunch of drugstore foundations I want to try, so I picked this one up. Before we get into it, as always, if I could have you subscribe to this channel if you have not, and like this video and share with any of your makeup loving friends, and go ahead and follow me over on Instagram at steak_and_brush. Right now, you may have noticed I'm playing with excuse me, I'm playing with the little bumper and intro a little bit. If you like something or don't like something, let me know, because I am definitely in the working it stages. So I'm eager to hear what your thoughts are. Okay, so I have already prepped and primed my face. As always, for the first day, I'm using my Poreblem Prime Essence to start this out. Let's get some little information about this. Okay, it doesn't say much on the website. It just says this medium to full coverage foundation blends effortlessly for a flawless look. Its blendable formula blurs imperfections while smoothing your skin, and has, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not a whole lot of shades, and even the deepest is not really deep. I have picked it up in, what was this? Nude. I think actually what I want is probably a shade darker. I'm hoping this will be okay for a winter shade, but the shade I wanted was all out at my Dollar General. This is sold exclusively at Dollar General. It's $5, and it's how to use. It says on a clean and prime skin, use a foundation brush or a beauty sponge to apply foundation from the center of the face outwards. Add layers until desired coverage is achieved. So that is what I will do today. Okay, I have my beauty blender we'll do this side, and I have a brush we'll do this side. And let's see, the bottle, I looked at the bottle, it's nice, it's plastic, but it does have a nice pump here. Let's see, we've got, there's not really a smell to it, at least that I can see, but again, I do not have the best sense of smell. Actually, I can smell a little bit of something now. It's not really fragrance, like perfumey though. This is definitely a little light. It's not too horribly light. I think that I can bronze it up enough. If I like this, I definitely would go out and buy another shade when I find it. Today I am going, let's see, it's about 1:45 right now. I am going to go out, go see a movie today. Finally going to see Star Wars. I know, I'm a horrible Star Wars fan. I haven't seen it yet, and do some shopping, probably get some dinner out. We'll see. We should be able to get a pretty long wear test out of it today. And again, if you're new to my foundation reviews, I'll do about a 3-day test. I'll try it with a water-based primer and a silicone-based primer to see how it goes. Okay, where's my brush? definitely going to need some more here. Yeah, once I get both sides on, I mean, again, it's still pale, but, you know, I don't think it's going to be horrible when I wear it out. Bring it down my neck just a little bit. Okay, let's actually look a little closer in the mirror since my mirror's a little farther away here. Oh, hair. Oh, just yank that one out. Okay, I think I like the Beauty Blender side a little bit better. There's not too much difference, to be honest, though. It's not emphasizing texture. It's not really hiding texture either. It doesn't look too dewy or anything on me. And so far, so good, sinking into lines here. It's not completely covered up, that spot there. Let's see. Just a tad. Let's see if we can. I mean, it did say it's medium coverage, so it probably is not going to. Oh. I did a better job of covering that up there. Okay, we'll see what it does after we put some powder on it. Do I want to? Yeah. I mean, it's not too horribly tacky. We'll see when I start to put my other stuff on if I decide to set it. I will definitely let you know. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face, and I'll come back and we'll see what it does with the other makeup on. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back with my full face on. I tried out my Alyssa Edwards palette from ABH for the first time, and come on, you're wearing Alyssa Edwards, you gotta go a little drag queen. So yeah, it's a little bold, but you know, you got to. Foundation, let's see. So far, so good. There's nothing that's like standing out and making me say like, oh my god, this is the best foundation ever. But I'm also not like I have to wash this off right away. It's not settling into my lines. I did not set it, by the way. So you know, that's one thing. Although I don't think my bronzer, I don't feel that it. I don't feel that it went on very well. It didn't blend as well as I wanted it to, so just for the sake of the makeup on top of it, I think this may be something that you want to set. We'll check on that tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, so far it's okay. No polka dot pores. You know, it's not, yeah, like I said before, it's not hiding texture, it's not blurring things, but it's not accentuating them either. So the big thing now is we'll see how it wears for the rest of the day. I'll check in at the end of the day, and then tomorrow we'll try a different kind of primer and go from there and see how it works. I will check in with you later. See you then. All right, I'm back with my nightly check-in. It's now been just about exactly 9 hours. 8 hours is pretty much like the bare minimum that I want my foundation to wear. So as a reminder, I did not set my anything with powder today. I did use a primer and a setting spray though. So let's see how it is held up. For the most part, I mean, I have the teeniest bit settling into some fine, settling into the lines right here, but it's really just barely. My nose, it's still pretty much there. Oddly, it's worn off like right here. It has worn off a lot on my chin. That could be, I eat a lot of popcorn, wiping my chin a lot, butter and stuff like that. So that could be that. Cheeks and everything look pretty good. I can still see my blush, bronzer, and highlight there. No polka dot pores or anything like that. It is looking a little dry right through here, although up on my forehead it's definitely not shiny, but it has, now that throughout the day my natural oils came out, it looks a little more natural kind of look as opposed to more of a matte that it was earlier today. It wasn't a full matte, it was just kind of like a natural matte on me, which most seem to, even dewy finishes kind of seem to look that way on me. But there's a little bit more shine there now. So I'm not mad at it. I'm definitely not mad at it. I'm not in love with it. I wore it out, had lunch out, went to the movie theater, did a little shopping. So, it's held up through kind of normal activity for me. Tomorrow I'm going to try it with a different primer, and I'll check in there after the end of the day and let you know how that went. I'll see you then. Hey guys, it is the end of the night on day 2. I apologize how raggedy I'm looking. I just want to do it here. I'm gonna be blind, so I can't see what I'm doing here, but my glasses are just creating a horrible glare there. I put on all my makeup, did a few things, regular stuff through the day, ate dinner, and then fell asleep and woke up at midnight. So the rest of the family's asleep. I'm trying to be a little quiet, so I don't have my regular setup. I'm using my phone front camera, so I know the quality's not as good. But I did just want to touch in with you before I took off my face and went to bed. Today with the Believe foundation, I used the e.l.f. silicone poreless face primer. And immediately when I put it on, the foundation on, I was getting some polka dot pores. They weren't horrible polka dot pores, but definitely could see them. And it was a little rough around here. I did set my face with the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh. And because it was looking a little powdery, I went ahead and I did use my Catrice spray to kind of settle that down. And it did look a little better. I really can't give you too much about wear right now, like long-lasting wear, because I've been sleeping for hours and hours. And so a lot of it is worn off on the sides of my face. But to be fair, it wore off very, very well. I actually had to really look to see if it was still there or not. So that was one good thing. My polka dot pores are back a little bit. And it still looks pretty rough through here. I am not getting any settling into lines here. So I would say, and it blended out much better with the powder with my other face products. So I would say I probably like the powder better, especially if you have a setting spray that you use with it. But I don't like at least the silicone primer with it. It wasn't horrible, but it was definitely better the first day with that primer. So tomorrow I'll use a water-based and we'll take it from there. And I'm gonna go wash my face and go back to sleep. So See you later. Bye-bye. I am back with my day 3 review of the Believe Beauty Skin Finish Foundation. So today I had planned on wearing this with a water-based primer, but I actually forgot. I was doing my makeup, had my primer out, just started putting foundation on without putting my primer on. So this is no primer at all, just my skincare underneath. I used the Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder to set it with, and I used the Urban Decay all-nighter spray. I'll say I think today was the best result that I've had so far. So let's kind of get into it. I have just the teeniest, tiniest bit of sinking into my lines, but it's really, really, you have to really look to notice it. I've worn off down at the bottom of my nose and at my chin, but like yesterday, it is a very graceful wearing away. I mean, you really kind of have to look, and there's no like broad demarcation line where I have foundation and no foundation. So it wears away gracefully. Texture, it's not hiding any texture, but it's not accentuating just like the other days. Overall, I just think it's wearing better. Yesterday it looked drier. Today it does not look dry at all. Again, like the first day, after several hours, I feel like my natural oils have come out to make it look a little more natural, especially around my forehead. My highlight and blush, actually you can really still see my highlight there. That's all, you know, stayed pretty well. And you'll have to excuse, I know this is like a peacock look on my eyes. I'm in Cincinnati again. This weekend we're supposed to hit record high temperatures. We're supposed to break like a 130-year-old record. And I just kind of thought, I want to feel a little spring. Got my tropical palette out from Dew Color, and I just kind of went a little peacocky. So, you know, that's what that is. But yeah, back to the foundation. Yeah, everything, it's a nice foundation. It's not a holy grail foundation. It is a nice one to have in your drawer if you don't want to, it's $5. And that's just $5 all the time. It's not a sale $5. So if you don't want to spend, or if you don't want to use your Holy Grail Charlotte Tilbury like I do, this will work well for every day. You might have to play around with a little bit of, what you're wearing underneath and on top. This would be great if you went on vacation. Amanda and I were talking about this. If you go on vacation, you forget your foundation. This is for $5. This is a great replacement that you don't have to worry about spending too much money, but it will also work. As far as actual grades go, for long wear, I would give it half a star. Cheeks, forehead, it wears well. Nose and chin, not so much. For how it looks on my face, one day I had problems with polka dot pores and some sinking into my lines. But other than that, one day when I used different primers, I didn't have any problems with it, so I'll give it the full star. It's medium coverage. It's not covering it's not covering all my spots, but it's, it's blending them in a little bit, so I'll give that a half star there. Transfer proof. I had no issues with this. Again, I did set it. Day 2 and day 3. I don't even think I really had too many issues with it on day 1. But I'm going to give it the full star on that. what's my last criteria? Oh, just the general, I mean, the claims it didn't make any outrageous, you know, it's going to make you look younger or anything like that. It pretty much stuck to what kind of coverage it said it would have. It really didn't oxidize. It doesn't have a great shade range, but I would give it the full star on that. So what are we at? We're at, is that 3 stars? I can't even add now. I'm 1, 2, we're at like 3.5, 4 stars, somewhere around there. That's exactly where I put. I would say this is like a 3.5 star foundation. This is, you know, it's good for everyday use. This is not, like I said, I've heard people putting this on their Holy Grail, you know, drugstore and some of their favorites for 2019. I would not put this there, but I definitely think it's a good everyday foundation. I may even go back and get a little darker shade. Again, I think this is okay and I can work with it during the winter. I can bronze it up a bit, but you know, I think it's just a little too light. But for $5, I don't think it's a bad, you know, I wouldn't have any problem going back and getting a darker shade, especially for summer. All right, so that's it. Another foundation review is done. Please let me know if you like these kind of reviews. I like to do it, you know, after one day, you put the wrong kind of primer on it, you're not, you know, you could be giving something really good a really bad score or vice versa. So I like to try it out a couple different ways. If this is something you like, please let me know. If there are any foundations out there that you've heard of, old or new, let me know. I've got a couple more foundations that I've already bought that I'm going to be reviewing, but if there's something you want me to try out, let me know and I will purchase it and try it out. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.